Jerry, we're continuing to talk about the amazing lessons that you provide to teach and inspire people in your book, Hard Work and Goodwill. And one of the stories, the early stories about, and you talked about it in the previous video, is what happened. What did you do after you faced that tragedy of losing your father when you were only 18 years old? How did you step up to try and take care of Bonnie and Mike and your brother Tom and your younger sister? How did you step up and to do all that and contribute to your family when you were only 18 years old? What did you do?
Well, my father had spent most of his life working as a factory worker, but that didn't pay a whole lot, although he'd been there over 25 years. So he had other jobs. He had, as I said earlier, a small delicatessen that he worked in after he got off work, and then late in the evenings. And he also started a concession business at our local county fair, where he sold, at the fair, he sold the hamburgers, the hot dogs, the Coca-Colas, etc. So basically, I tried to keep that business going, Michael, and that was my drive. I thought I could go to college and keep his businesses going. And the real facts are, I tried to duplicate everything my father did, but I wasn't nearly as good as he was. And I couldn't keep 5 or 6 balls in the air at the same time.
You were a young man. You were only 18 years old and working hard, and that's understandable.
I was 18, but I thought I could do it. And I was determined to do it, and I made a stab at it. But the bottom line is that it ended up that, we went bankrupt as a family. We lost everything. We lost our home. My mother had to move. My sister by that time had already married and was living away from home up in Virginia. But myself and my 2 brothers and sisters, my mother had to find a home across the river in Maysville, Kentucky. We were living in Aberdeen, Ohio at the time. So we lost that home, and we had to start all over. And we had to file bankruptcy. And it was very, very, it hurt, because the people that was taking the loss were small business people who I didn't want to hurt. And, because of my situation where I couldn't manage my father's business as well as he did. And it hurt me very, very bad. But I believed in hard work and being loyal, being honest, and staying focused and overcoming anything. If you just stay close to the Lord, He'll help you overcome and figure things out. So my mother always had a saying that everything happens for a reason. Now, I don't know that that's really true or not, but that was her saying, and I'm going to stick with it. But, after we filed bankruptcy, I just started a lemonade business. I know that sounds crazier than hell, but I started the lemonade business in an 8x8 stand that I built. And I took that lemonade business to the Ohio State Fair, and I had about $1,000 investment with what I paid for the Ohio State Fair to be there, and what I had to pay for lemons and sugar and cups and straws. And when that fair was over, I had taken in over $10,000.
And what year was that, Jerry?
That was 1966.
Well, in 1966, $10,000 was a whole lot of money. It's a lot of money today, but back in 1966, that was an amazing accomplishment.
He told me, lemonade, 50 cents a glass. I made $10,000 minus the $1,000. I had $9,000 in cash. So basically, next year I put 2 of those lemonade stands up at the Ohio State Fair and doubled the money. I was able to go around to all the people that we had taken a hit on the bankruptcy and who we had to write off their debt. I had the opportunity to go around and repay them and say, hey, we filed bankruptcy and we owed you $500, but here's your $500. We filed bankruptcy, we owed you $1,000, but here's your $1,000. And that was probably the greatest day, one of the greatest days of my life. Okay, was being able to feel good inside that, you know, I took care of the debt and nobody got hurt. So that's what we did. And then, you know, things continued on, and I went back to school and part-time and kept our little concession business going, and then it wasn't too long till I fell in love.
Well, Jerry, we're going to carry those stories in a series of these videos, but to get the whole story, you just got to keep working through hardworkandgoodwill.com. You can get the free course. You can learn about Jerry's story, and you can see how you can apply these principles to your life. That's what I'm doing, and I'm a person that's gone through some struggle. I was in prison for 26 years, but it was always guys like Jerry Lundergan who inspired me and taught me to be resilient. And, you know, in his course, he talks about 3 principles: being honest with every transaction and every human being. He spoke about developing a solid work ethic, and he spoke about really always trying to give back to your community and be a worthy servant of God and be a good family person. And if we do that, we will find opportunities. And in his book, he talks about some of the people that inspired him, including Walt Disney. And a lot of people don't know this, but Walt Disney actually filed bankruptcy at one point in time. So just because we're going through struggle, just because we may be in a minimum wage job, just because we may even be in prison or being without the resources that we want, that doesn't mean we can't reach a higher potential. We just got to follow the principles that we can learn in hardworkgoodwill.com. And you can get Jerry's book for free just by visiting that website, hardworkgoodwill.com. That was a good one, Jerry. So now I'm going to go about another one. Tell us about overcome. Now, I think I got to do this.